Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Saturday, December 10th, 2022. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with WWE Smackdown, which aired live on Fox last night from the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. The show marked the return to WWE television of Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson, who appeared alongside another Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle, in both a backstage segment and the show's closing segment. Angle was being featured in the ring for a birthday celebration in his hometown when he was interrupted by Alpha Academy, prompting him to bring out Steveson to even the odds. The show concluded with Angle hosing down Alpha Academy in the ring with his trademark milk truck, then celebrating with Steveson. Steveson has been signed with WWE since September of 2021 and has made a handful of TV appearances for the company to date, but has yet to wrestle on WWE television. In the opening match of the show, the Usos successfully defended the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship for the second time on TV this week, beating Sheamus and Butch with some illegal outside help from Sami Zayn.
Went for the bro kick, but a super kick. Tag made, Butch is legal.
Instinctive shot from Jay, but he's on jelly legs right now. This is Butch's for the taking.
Step up enziguri by Butch again. Jimmy Uso tag made. I'm not sure Butch realizes that Jimmy made the tag. Ducks underneath. One day by the Usos. One and done.
You are your winners, and still the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos.
What started as a contract signing for next week's Intercontinental title match between champion Gunther and SmackDown World Cup winner Ricochet turned into a six-man tag team match, with Ricochet and the New Day defeating Gunther and his Imperium partners Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci when Ricochet pinned Kaiser. In other happenings, LA Knight called out Bray Wyatt for his recent sneak attacks during a promo segment. Tegan Nox and Liv Morgan defeated Shayna Baszler and SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey when Nox pinned Rousey, and the Viking Raiders against Legado del Fantasma went to a no contest due to interference from Hit Row. Later in the evening, a taped edition of AEW Rampage aired on TNT from the HEB Center in Cedar Park, Texas. The opening match saw former AEW World Champion Jon Moxley defeat Konosuke Takeshita, putting him out with a Bulldog choke. This was Takeshita's first TV match for AEW since officially signing with the company last month. Adam Page stormed the ring after the match and got into a brawl with Moxley's Blackpool Combat Club members Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli breaking it up and bringing Moxley back to the locker room.
You know, Doc Samson over there won't clear me to wrestle because of my brain. So I guess I've got a pretty good excuse if I'm not thinking straight tonight.
Oh, gosh, shot! Hangman just dropped Moxley with a right hand.
Moxley's gone through hell with this contest with Takeshita, and then this shot.
Yeah, Hangman doesn't give a damn about what he's gone through here.
And remember, it was the lariat from Jon Moxley on Hangman Page that took Hangman out of action.
And Hangman is not cleared, and so we're gonna
look. Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, the Blackpool Combat Club, trying to get in between these two, but
man, head first.
Claudio's gonna be very careful. He's got a world title match tomorrow night.
The main event featured the AEW debut of former NXT UK performer Trent Seven, who was Kip Sabian's mystery selection to face Orange Cassidy for the All-Atlantic Championship. Cassidy won the match, pinning Seven with the Orange Punch Beach Break combination. Seven and Sabin double-teamed Cassidy after the match until Dustin Rhodes made the save to end the show. In other results, Hikaru Shida pinned the Bunny to earn a future title shot at AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter, and Lee Moriarty and Big Bill, formerly known as W. Morrissey, won in a squash over Clayton Bloodstone and Izzy James. With some other WWE news, here's the Wrestling News' Lou Kipilman.
John Cena will be returning to WWE television for the final SmackDown episode of 2022, according to an exclusive report yesterday in Variety. Variety reports that Cena will be at the December 30th episode from the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida. marking only a second appearance for WWE this year, following his June 27th appearance on Monday Night Raw in commemoration of his 20th anniversary with the company. It is not known what the nature of Cena's appearance would be. Cena has not wrestled a match since his Dark Match main event on the September 10th, 2021 edition of Smackdown from Madison Square Garden. For the wrestling news, I'm Lou Kipilman.
In other AEW news, AEW World Champion Maxwell Jacob Friedman will be in attendance tonight at UFC 282 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, according to ESPN's Mark Raimondi. The announcement came following an online war of words between MJF and British light heavyweight fighter Paddy Pimblett, during which MJF referred to Pimblett as a dollar store Conor McGregor. Moments before Raimondi's tweet, MJF seemed to confirm the news, tweeting simply, "See you in Vegas, Paddy." In injury news, the injury that's kept Drew McIntyre out of the ring the past 2 weeks is a ruptured eardrum, according to this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter. The injury was apparently sustained during last month's Survivor Series War Games match, the same match during which WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns also suffered a ruptured eardrum from a slap to the face by Kevin Owens. It's not known what caused McIntyre's ruptured eardrum. McIntyre wrestled one more match after Survivor Series, a 6-man tag at the November 27th house show in Portland, Maine, after which his injury was identified during a post-match examination. He is expected to be back in action for WWE's post-Christmas house show tour. Veer Mahan has sustained a minor hand injury and is being kept out of the ring by WWE to make sure he's healthy and able to compete at the company's live event January 18th at the Gachibowli Indoor Stadium in Hyderabad, India, according to a report in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. WWE reportedly has big plans for the Indus Sher tag team, comprised of Veer and Sangha, to play a major part in the Indian event. The duo had been scheduled to wrestle at tonight's NXT Deadline Premium Live event against the Creed brothers, but that match was canceled. An update on the condition of Barry Windham: the former NWA champion is out of the ICU and has stabilized and is now able to talk and stand, according to a Twitter announcement made yesterday from his niece Mika Rotundo, sister of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. Windham went into cardiac arrest and suffered a massive heart attack last Friday at the Atlanta airport and had been in uncertain condition for days after undergoing an emergency life-saving procedure. With some legal news, here is the Wrestling News' Lou Kipilman.
Tammy Sytch's motion to have her pre-trial hearing postponed has been granted by a Florida court, and the hearing will now take place on January 12th, according to PW Insider. The WWE Hall of Famer has been incarcerated for 214 days while awaiting trial for several third-degree felony charges, including DUI manslaughter, causing death while operating a vehicle with a suspended or revoked license, and 3 counts of DUI causing damage to property. The charges stem from an incident involving Sytch, which led to the death of 75-year-old Julian Lassiter in Ormond Beach, Florida, last March. Sytch's original request was that the hearing be pushed back to February, but that request was denied. For the Wrestling News, I'm Lou Kipilman.
Our final report today will contain some spoilers for upcoming Impact Wrestling television. These will not be full results, but only the newsworthy items that occurred during these tapings. If you wish to not hear any of these spoilers, we'll give you a moment to make your decision, and please remember to follow us across all of our forms of social media. Heath and Rhino lost the Impact World Tag Team Championship to the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, last night at the Impact tapings in Pembroke Pines, Florida. The match is expected to air during next week's edition of Impact Wrestling on Access TV. This is the Machine Guns' 3rd Impact Tag Team title reign. They currently also hold the IWGP Strong Openweight Tag Team Championship. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the wrestling news across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.